Hello all. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here, and 9 months ago I would have all agreed with you, probably not the right thing. However, listening to yourselves today, you seem to have the same problems that manufacturing have got, but with a slightly extended route to net zero, with manufacturing being 2030, and obviously showcasing how one of our early adopters in the NHS has actually started utilising the product. So luckily you only get about 7 minutes of me talking, and then a video of the team from the Black Country Healthcare Trust, who are on holiday and getting married, couldn't make it. Hi, I'm Pete, Quality and Compliance Director by trade within the manufacturing setting, and heavily looking at lean principles and removing necessarily value-added processes. And I use the word necessary value-added. Everyone uses the term non-value-added, but when it comes to compliance, it's a necessity to do it and report out onto it. And data is a massive thing to make change within any organisation, and we've talked it earlier, with AI having the ability to do it. But if that data is non-tangible or it's not there, you can't use it to go and correct anything. And obviously, like doctors and myself, my handwriting is absolutely appalling. So I could barely ever analyse my own work. So I'm Pete from SMS Tech. We've developed a cross-sector customisable digital solution, and we feel that having it cross-sector means that it's not bespoke, which means it doesn't have additional zeros at the end when you're looking at implementing software. Very corporate and socially responsible advocates. I like the tree planting that you do. That's something that we do as well, and we have that in place down to the number of users, as well as the numbers of paper that has been saved by utilising the product. We're environmentally focused. We hold accreditation in 9001, 14001, 27001 in Cyber Essentials. And that 14001, it's a manufacturing term, but that's for the environmental policy. And we hold that to help drive that forward. So the struggles of net zero in manufacturing, and I think it's really good that you look at where manufacturing are, because actually when you cross them over, there's a lot of similarities. Now, with manufacturing having that 2030 and the NHS having the 2040, still with pride. Some of those tasks that are coming out, I know we discussed earlier that some of the trusts are doing their own work to reduce their CO2 and all of that sort of stuff, but manufacturing are doing it as well. Obviously, in the maritime sector and the aerospace, they've got 2050, so probably not look at them because their foot's not on the pedal as much. So when we overlay them, there is actually 5 similarities on the top 10 of both the NHS and the manufacturing sector. So capital investment and funding, skills and behaviour, compliance and compliance. We've all got the compliance requirements to do it. Data, it's a massive thing, and if you haven't got that data. And the circular economy, we've talked about the recycle, it's also there within the manufacturing sector. And it's how we can try and share those lessons learned, whether that be from the manufacturing sector into the healthcare. I've heard some great stuff today about what the healthcare are doing, and I will also be linking up with some of the speakers today about how they might be able to support some of the manufacturing teams that we speak to as well. So it's how we can all do it together, and I think it's important to understand you're not on your own. Unfortunately, everybody is got these targets, and there's other people out there going through the same experiences as yourself and difficulties. And I think I'll pass over now to Darren and Vicky, who can't be here, but it means you don't have to listen to my dulcet brummy tones for much longer, so that they get to talk on what they had experiences on and why they wanted to look out of the sector for a potential solution.
Hello there, my name is Darren Pandal and I'm an Associate Director of Performance Improvement and Planning at Black Country Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about who we are as an organisation, what our journey has been, and also why we chose to work with SMS technology and some of the benefits that we're now seeing. So Black Country Healthcare NHS Foundation Trust is a trust which provides mental health, learning disabilities, CAMS and children's services across the Black Country region. which is relatively well known, but for those of you who don't know the area, we cover Wolverhampton, Walsall, Dudley and Sandwell. We merged as an organisation on the 1st of April in 2020, which was just after the start of the pandemic. The reason for mentioning that is it's quite significant because we have faced some delays, as you'd expect, with the pandemic pressures in realising the benefits of our merger. So through merging two organisations, there were lots of benefits attached to that. And one of those was to provide the most productive and efficient service that we can and should be able to do to all of our service users across the Black Country. Part of that process in realising benefits from the merger was being as innovative as possible, embracing digital and using all of the tools that we could to work more efficiently. The natural starting place for that was our audit processes. We knew, as two legacy organisations coming into one, we had some way to go in digitising our audit processes. We had a series of audits, such as our infection prevention and control audits, our environmental audits, our litter audits, and some of our basic audits, such as our sharps and hand hygiene, were all very much paper-based. Some of those still are, as we continue to implement our work with SMS technology. So the reason why we chose SMS technology is when we scoured the market, when we looked at what was out there, we received various demos. We worked with SMS technology to look at what they've done elsewhere. Very quickly, and Pete, who's there with you today, openly talked to us about their limited exposure in the NHS market, which was both a risk and also an opportunity. We saw this as an opportunity to learn about what other industries do, essentially, and what work SMS technology has done across the automotive industry and other areas that Pete, I'm sure, has explained to you today. In doing so, we realised very quickly there was an opportunity to bespoke a system and really make it more tailored to what we need at our trust. And the benefits have been fantastic. Our clinicians are already reporting to us how their time has been released and we have real-time information flowing to fingertips in all of the ways that I'm sure those of you who have experience in other auditing systems may state or have experienced. But actually, the whole experience that we've had in implementing this system has gone some way in making our life a whole lot easier. One of the other things that really struck out to us is how sustainability is at the heart of what SMS technology do. Now, sustainability is a really important item in all of our agendas as NHS leaders, and also broader than just the NHS. It's very much something that needs to be at the heart of how we plan, how we function moving forward. And whilst what I'm talking about isn't around sustainability, the implementation of SMS technology and all of the paper that it saves and the ability to really track the sheer volume of paper we're saving really contributes to our sustainability plan internally at the Trust and helps demonstrate our commitment to being more green friendly, more paper light and more sustainable as an organisation. So we worked with SMS technology and developed a rapport with the project team and with the implementation team in-house there. And the level of input that we've had has been phenomenal. It's felt very personable, it's felt very communicative. The all-round effort and contact that we've had has been remarkable. And that has been felt not just from myself and from my project team, some of which you'll hear from today and you'll hopefully see extracts from those of us who can't make it. But our clinicians are, as I've said, reporting really, really positive experiences with the training team who have sat with us at the organisation, and also the ability to really quickly respond to queries that we've had in tweaking and adjusting some of our audit processes and audit templates that we had. We've worked internally to really rationalise those audits, as I've said, from 4 legacy organisations. And another thing that has really stood out is the inquisitive nature, I would say, from colleagues at SMS Technology, which has really helped promote our thinking. We've worked in a very sort of NHS way, a very typical NHS way, and that can mean lots of different things. But the point I'm trying to make really is that all of the wealth of experience that SMS Technology have in other industries has helped us think differently. So there's lots of functionality within the audit system that I'm sure you'll learn about. It's something that I'm personally willing to reach out to or at least respond to any queries that I get from colleagues in the room there today or watching this. We would more than welcome any discussion with colleagues at Black Country Healthcare, NHS Foundation Trust, and talk to you about all of the brilliant things that SMS technology do, our experiences in implementing it, and also opportunities that we're now looking for to extend the scope of our initial project. And just to touch on some of those, our organisation is also a lead provider, and most of you will know what that means, but very briefly, what it means is we are effectively now the commissioners for lots of private providers and third sector providers across the Black Country region who offer mental health services. So with that in mind, we are looking at opportunities to help those organisations who are commissioned by us to be more effective in their audit processes and their reporting processes, and in turn, us as commissioners for those services have the ability to access real-time information and work with them to be really more productive and effective. Ultimately, the end benefit, or end result, if you like, is felt by the patient and also our clinicians who are supported, who are working more effectively, and obviously in a less stressful manner, because the devices that we're using, the functionality of the system, and all of the training that's gone in has really helped this be a really positive experience.
That was Darren. And Vicky is a lead nurse by trade, and she just wanted to do a very quick one. I think it was trying to get rid of my voice.
I'm a programme manager working for Black Country Healthcare, and I've been in post for around 12 months. Prior to this, for 19 years, I worked in urgent care mental health services in both the nurse and leadership capacity. During those 19 years, what I have been used to is paper-based audits, and the length of time taken to complete those audits would be anywhere between 30 hours per month due to the richness of the data that was required to ensure performance and quality within our teams. SMS Tech, with their digital audit tool, have enabled us to move from paper-based auditing to being digitalised. And the impact that this has had on our organisation has allowed us to release time to care, enabling clinicians to spend more time with patients while still having an audit system that is able to be completed in a fraction of the time. SMS Tech, the system, it has easily interfaced with our system. It is user-friendly, it is intuitive. You are able to adapt the audit and tailor it to the needs of your individual services or teams. The staff at SMS Tech, I'd just like to say a personal thank you, because they have been really fabulous, supportive in regards to training, helping us to tailor the audits, and it has just been of great benefit to our organisation. I don't really think I can put into words really the amount of time as an organisation that we have been able to release back to patient care through digitalisation and through the audit tool from SMS Tech.
And I think, obviously, they can say it a lot better than me, but there are solutions out there within that manufacturing sector that potentially could support the NHS driving to net zero, and obviously help you guys get there faster and deliver better. And our motto, help the people, save the trees. It's that's what we want to do, is save those trees. And that's me done.
Great, thank you.